Yeah, we that was well put. Sorry, what's up, Leslie?
Okay, I'm kind of thinking here, and I was typing notes to myself at the time. There are websites that'll let you create memes. Just pick an image, and we'll throw text on top of it. We need to just pick an image, and maybe it's just a picture of flames or something. And we throw up a hashtag of no bullying or something, and we can just drop one each day, and we just throw text on it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be anything artistic that is that takes up a bunch of time. But we just, IRS, and then another one is executive orders, and another one is eliminating the filibuster. We can do this and just start throwing them out there as memes, and obviously pick a better hashtag than no bullying, because I'm not good at making up things like that. But um, this is something we could do pretty easily, I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, it's really easy to put words on top of images and have that go out there, and
Yeah,
uh, hopefully it'll catch on. Hopefully people will pay attention to it.
let's do it.
So if you're listening right now and you have an idea for one, I know in the chat room right now, Titan has suggested, how about bullies that demand you make them a cake for their gay wedding? I'm sure there are plenty other suggestions. Make them, post them to the Conservative
No
Union.
raw cookie dough.
Bullies do that.
And now they're threatening.
How about sprinkles?
Yeah, what was that? I just read the very beginning of the somebody's going to outlaw sprinkles now. What is that?
I think the wedding cake thing is a phenomenal example. What a great example! I don't care if you agree with gay marriage, don't agree with that. This has nothing to do with that. I don't want. I always tell people, I'm a born again right wing evangelical Christian. Everybody knows that, and I always tell people I don't want my beliefs to be your laws. I
Right.
don't want to bully you. There is no Christian jihad. I don't want to make you live like me. Oh, by the way, that's one of the things I love about Jesus Christ. He never tried to make non-Christians live like Christians. Isn't that neat? Okay? And, what about 44-ounce drinks? In New York? What about, just go right down the line. What about saying, since we don't like the ruling in Ferguson, we are going to riot and burn down businesses? Is that not bullying? The left always bullies. The left is a bully. The left believes in collective control. My goodness, folks, this is so easy to use. It's the gift that keeps giving.
I like it. I'm making notes. And okay, if we can stop the bullying, we could really make a beautiful world. Stop the bullying as a hashtag. Okay, make a beautiful world. No, never mind. Stop the bullying. No bullying. I'm trying to come up with a hashtag. I really suck. I don't do Twitter. I don't do hashtags.
We'll get around to something, or one of our listeners will come up with something brilliant, and we will be able to put that out and let people
Yeah,
know about
JD,
it.
make notes of what the brilliant guys in the chat are coming up with, because I'm not looking at the chat right now. I didn't want to have to update my Java or whatever Flash it was wanting me to do.
By the way, guys, if you see that, don't click on it. It's an ad because it's a free chat room. That is your Java does not actually need to be updated. It is an ad, so don't click on that. Just chat
Oh.
anyway.
I click on all ads, for the record, just so you know.
You're the one. Great.
Yes, that's what I do. I keep them in business.
You're the reason they keep putting ads out, because they get that success every now and then. Thanks, Andy.
Well,
Yeah, way to be that guy.
Well, Andy, to be fair to Andy, he has a good friend in Nigeria.
Who needs some help getting the money out?
I just, look, I buy monks. Okay, it's the way I am. I'll buy anything. Guys, this comes back to what we always say in the party of choice. I want to control my own life, not yours. The message of conservatism should be, I am the opposite of a bully. We want to control our own lives, not yours. We love our beliefs. We want to offer them and model them to you, and you can choose. But We don't want our beliefs to be your laws. We're different from them. We are different from them. And the only choices we want to take are the only ones we want to take away are choices that take away other people's choices. Otherwise, I want you to be able to choose anything you want in life, as long as your choices don't take away other people's choices. We cannot call out the bullies until we become the ultimate anti-bullies. And we are so close. It's so simple. If we do that, that alone makes them look so bad. It makes them look so bad because one reason that so many people allow the Democrats to bully across America is they think both sides are doing it. And so if they think both sides are being control freaks and both sides are being bullies, then they simply say, well, then I'm just going to buddy up to whichever bully does more bullies more in the way I want. But we need to show them we don't want to be bullies at all. And oh, by the way, is a bully any better if they're on your side? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? I always ask young people, look, 2 questions. Number 1, do you want the government to make you live like me? And they say no, and I say good. Number 2, do you want the government to make me live like you? Do you want the same power that you fear in others? Is it okay to have the bully, to have someone be a bully if they're on your side? Are you cool with that? Are you really okay with having your side target with the IRS Tea Party groups because they're on your side? Are you really okay with people on your side burning down businesses in Ferguson? Are you okay with, and just list off one thing after the other, with telling people how much soda they can drink? Are you okay with telling this business they can't build in this state because it's a right to work state? Are you okay with telling a family that they have to put their kids in a school that teaches against their beliefs because those beliefs go along with yours? Do you feel good about having everybody contribute their tax dollars into a school system that only teaches your side? Are you okay with bullying? Are you okay with that? You see, young people today have become the greatest generation of unknowing control freaks we've ever seen. They have no idea.
Isn't that weird? Because they think they're all
right.
Peace, love, and happiness and freedom loving and pro-choice and all of that, but they're absolute control freaks.
Everything
for your own good,
Right. Everything they advance is to control the way others are. What they make, what they don't make, what they pay, how they live, what they believe, where they put their kids in schools, how well they can defend themselves. The list is endless. And we need to go to these young people. See, we've been assuming that they understand that. They don't. We need to go to them and help them understand you're becoming the bully, and you don't want to be that. You never wanted to be bullied as a kid. Don't bully others. And we can teach them the one thing that you never hear in schools anymore, the tyranny of the majority. Don't become the majority that is tyrannical. It's not okay to have a bully be on your side. Be against all of them. Join us.
Okay. All this talk about what the left is forcing us to do, it reminded us that we needed to get back to an article we talked about last week, or we hinted at talking about last week. It was so good we held it over till this week. And it is another Kurt Schlichter imagination exercise. And it is called Nothing Succeeds Like Liberal Succession. And it's this great narrative, I guess you would say, about how the left, who's claiming for so long that they don't want anything to do with Red America as much as possible. They look down on Red America. And the recent statements really where they said you could write off the South as what's the phrase? Leslie likes to say it, so I'm going to let her say it.
Okay, I just lost it.
The title is
Free Market Jesus Paradise.
Free Market.
I want to live in Free Market Jesus Paradise.
Just write off the Free Market Jesus Paradise because there are no Southern senators anymore from the Democrat Party. Then, with that sour grapes attitude, some people on the left are saying we don't need them anyway. we might get Texas, and then, we'll be fine, whichever, maybe Florida. So Kurt imagined, he took that one step further, and he imagined what would happen if the blue mentality people decided that not only did they not need southern states to become president, to govern, but that they just didn't need them, period, and they wanted a divorce. And so he walks through this beautiful comparison about what would happen in the northern states or the western states, what would happen in the southern states, how the South would respond to the different policies, how they would deal with their banking issues. And it's so beautiful because, of course, as Leslie mentioned last week, Free Market Jesus Paradise has a President Abbott, if anybody knows where that's going. And so it's just
Texas.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's this beautiful imagining of what happens. I think everybody should read it, not just for the humor value, but to take away from that just how much more we have that we need to fight for before the left starts outlawing some of these things. It talks about the difficulties that they have on the left, in blue America, when they don't have the ability to generate power because they've regulated themselves out of the ability to do that, and how they haven't been able to deal with other crises, not monetary crises, spending crises, how the whole thing collapsed when you take conservatives and red America out of the equation. It's beautiful.
What I liked the most was that Red America stopped paying its UN dues and sent John Bolton to be its ambassador. Like, yay! The stash of power. Fracking was outlawed in Blue America. Red America became the world's #1 petroleum exporter. Yeah! Red America reaffirmed the United States Constitution. Then the Congress began a review of all existing laws, statutes, and regulations, repealing thousands of them. Yeah! Free market, Jesus paradise. Woo!
And of course, the whole thing ends up with Blue America kind of in a hurt because they've outlawed all of the cheap production for electricity. They've made it impossible to grow enough food. They've made it just all of the extremes of the liberal agenda have taken a huge toll because they're the way that they treat healthcare, all of that stuff comes in, and that after they closed their borders with Red America in protest to some of the stuff that Red America has done with how they've been able to generate all of this electricity, the dependency, all of that winds up with a phone call from President de Blasio to President Abbott on the red hotline phone saying, "Hey, all right, we're going back to we want to go back to the way things were when we still had trade, when we still had our open borders." And it's a beautiful piece, very much a la Conservative Insurgency, which you can still buy on Amazon.com, and it makes a wonderful Christmas gift for people out there. We are not sponsored at all by Kurt Schlichter, by the way. Just, we really like the book.
Well, and not that it would do us any good. I don't think he's rolling in cash that he could send our way. That would have to come from the Koch brothers. Sorry, that was the best ominous voice I could come up with. I can work harder at that, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, we got to get you some bad theme music behind it, some real ominous stuff if you're going to say Koch brothers. The same way they used to do on Rush Limbaugh when he would say Halliburton, they would play this almost like the Imperial March or something. Yeah, we need to get you something like that.
Do the Darth Vader song. That works.
That's the Imperial March. Dun, 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 dun.
No, stop. Don't.
I'm sorry.
How many more then YouTube will take us down for infringing on? Seriously, I'm not joking.
Oh, because I did it myself. I didn't play theirs. I just
even if you do, they're very, very strict about these things.
Dear Disney, suck it.
Did Dark Helmet have a song from Spaceballs, Dark Helmet.